Hi all, welcome to week 6, One Main Thing. Today we're actually not going to be talking about specific content from the course, but rather your final presentation, which is fast approaching. So I've given you a bunch of material on Web Campus, posted a number of documents, some of which may be overwhelming to you, and I posted an announcement about everything that we're going to be doing. But I think me talking through it would probably be helpful. At least it is for students in some of my other exercise physiology courses. But this is a project that I actually do with all of my ex-phys courses at the different universities that I teach at. Some are online. Obviously I work at Washington State University, and this is typically a very rewarding experience for students. Maybe it's been your experience as students as it was with me when I was an undergrad, that by my senior year or once I got into grad school, I got a little tired of learning the things that my professors said I would learn. Now obviously professors and instructors are supposed to be the experts, but there were a number of times where I had specific questions or specific topics that I wanted to research or that I was interested in, yet there wasn't really the time or the ability to do so with all the other material that my professors or instructors were giving me to know. This assignment changes that. The purpose of this assignment, and I consider this the most important thing that we do in this class, is for you to consider a topic that you would like to excuse me, a topic that you are interested in researching, or a question that you've always had that you want to answer, specifically one that needs to be related to exercise physiology, physical activity assessment, physical activity behavior, epidemiology, something along those lines. But the point is, it's a question that you have, and then you go out and you learn about it, and you become the expert on it. That being said, the first and most important thing that you need to actually do for this project is decide on a topic. And when you're doing that, I would highly suggest that you make a list of 2 or 3 potential topics. The reason is this: you will actually be presenting on a topic and the scientific literature surrounding that topic. In order for a topic to be scientifically valid, it needs to have been well researched. There needs to be a satisfactory scientific literature body. And if there's not, well, then there may be a few studies that have looked at it or a few proposed studies, but that's not enough to provide a consensus, because any one study can find something, okay? So what you're actually going to do is, with your specific topic or the idea that you have that you'd like to research, you need to go out and you need to find a review article which essentially presents that scientific body of literature, okay? It's sort of an unspoken rule in the academic world and academic communities that if a review article has been written on a specific topic, then there's enough scientific literature out there, enough studies have been performed where there can be a valid consensus, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be writing a review paper, okay? And as I guess, just to be clear, we should probably talk about the differences between review articles and original articles. An original article is an experiment. It's a scientific experiment. So a manuscript or an article which is written off of that scientific experiment will have purpose, methods, results, conclusion. The methods are the procedures and what the investigators did, and the results are the data, the findings, okay? So that's an original article. It involves participants, typically in our field, okay? So that's original work, and the majority of articles out there will be original research. Review article is quite a bit different, and it looks different too. A review article is when an investigator comes along and says, I wonder what the consensus is on this topic. Typically acknowledging that any one study or any one original research project or manuscript can find anything, okay? Sometimes in direct contrast to what's been previously found. So a review article, an investigator writing a review article will say, well, there's been 10 different investigations which have looked at this topic and found these things, have hard data here. And then the review article will be a compilation of that data. Okay, they'll go through and they'll review the findings to give a consensus. Now, if this is still not clear to you, I would propose that you think about this, all of you have written a review article before. Anytime a professor says, write a 10-page article on this topic, well, you're essentially writing a review paper, right? You're going out there and you're looking at the findings of other people, what they've found, right? And you're compiling it together to give a report on that. Now, that may be its most basic form. Your papers that you've written for the classes are probably not publishable, right? But that's a basic review paper. And so you're going to go out and with your specific topic, try and find a review paper which backs that up. And then you will be presenting on that review paper and a few additional things on that topic. So that review paper is the basis of your presentation. Okay, we're not conducting an experiment, we're not collecting data, okay? You're going out and you're learning about a specific topic via a review paper published in a peer-reviewed journal, so that will be the basis of all you do. So finding a review paper, it's not much different than finding an original article. You can use PubMed or Google Scholar or any of those search engines, but you need to be able to find full text, obviously, of your review article. And if you're linked into UWS libraries, there should be a number of articles which you would find through Google Scholar or PubMed or whatever the search engine is that you're using that should allow for full text download. So you may have an idea about a topic which is very interesting to you and you're excited about, and you go and you try and find a review article and you look and you look and you look, you can't find anything. That may simply be that the research is not yet developed enough around that topic, okay? So you wouldn't be able to present on that. Maybe then you need to go a little bit more general or think about a different population or something to that nature, okay? So there are a few different options, but I would consider this. Anytime you're looking at a topic, typically we're not just looking at descriptives here, prevalence and frequency and that sort of thing, mean, median. Instead, we're looking at the relationship between two variables, typically an independent variable and a dependent variable. A very, very commonly chosen topic among my past students has been chocolate milk, the impact of chocolate milk on exercise performance and on recovery. So you've got your independent variable and your dependent variable. I'm not advocating that any of you do that topic. If you'd like to, be my guest, but there are plenty of very exciting topics that you can choose from. Anyway, by Friday, November 18th, you need to have emailed me with your specific topic and the full text of your review article. Bear in mind that text needs to come from a peer-reviewed journal. Anything you'd find on PubMed or Google Scholar that's not a book should be from a peer-reviewed journal. Just so you guys know, a peer-reviewed journal, hopefully you know this by now, peer-reviewed journal is any journal where there is a peer review process. In other words, the editors get the manuscript and send it out to experts in that field. And the experts say, yes, it's publishable, or no, it needs revisions, or no, not at all. And then that word is sent back to the authors. That's simply what peer-reviewed means, okay? But nothing from Men's Health or, any magazine, CrossFit magazine, anything like that, no, that won't work. It needs to come from a peer-reviewed journal. If you have any questions, ask. Please, if you can, get on this quickly. And if you want to send me your topic in your review article tomorrow, that works, okay? It just needs to be by November 18th. After you have sent me your topic and your specific review article that you're going to use as the basis for your final project presentation, I will either approve or I'll help guide you in a direction to find another topic or modify your ideas if need be. But in most cases, I have confidence in you guys that you'll be able to provide a solid review article and a good specific topic. After that, on December 2nd, a synopsis paper and a outline paper are due to me. And this is all detailed in the PowerPoint, which I posted, okay? The synopsis is a 2-page paper. This should not take you more than 45 minutes to write, maybe an hour. Obviously, you need to read your review article through thoroughly first. I would suggest you read it through, make notes in the margins, highlight. You need to know this material well, obviously. And it should be of interest to you, so it shouldn't be boring and frustrating reading. It should be exciting reading for you guys because this is a topic of your own choosing, obviously, okay? But the synopsis paper, 2 pages, page and a half of it should probably be just reviewing the material, main points, obviously, and it should be well written, okay? The last paragraph of that synopsis paper can be your own your own thoughts and feelings on the topic and on the review paper, including limitations, future research, issues that you had with the paper, anything to that nature. So for that final paragraph, feel free to use first person. The outline which is due is meant to help you organize the information in the review article in preparation for your presentation, okay? You guys have written outlines before. I don't have any specific criteria on the format. Typically, a solid outline from a well-written review article will be 4 to 5 pages or more, okay? So use that as your baseline, obviously. But the point is, you want to start thinking about points that you're making. Doesn't need to be in complete sentences or anything like that because it's an outline, right? But you want to consider transitions to different points, how you're going to convey different things, concerns that may come up, future research endeavors, that sort of thing. So the synopsis and outline are due to me December 2nd, again via email. And if you've looked at the rubric for this final project, the topic, synopsis, and review paper make up 30% of your overall grade for this, okay? That's, pretty generous because those things are pretty easy points, actually. As long as you've obviously read your article and, started to think about how you're going to present it, that's an easy 30 points there for you guys. So that's that. Then on December 14th, which is, as you guys know, final exam week, by December 14th, your PDF of your poster presentation and your actual presentation are due to me.